You know, his ability is calling the king.
My bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's on me. It's on me, man.
It's on you. It's all right.
I thought king's calling means king.
Yeah, you want to call the king.
Yes.
I could definitely understand that. But at this point, I think for both these teams, what do they have to bank on? What do they have to call here? Do they go and, like I said, prioritize their instincts or stay disciplined?
Oh, no. Go for your instincts because we're jumping into game number 3. It's going to be T2K going up against Homeboys where team fight might still be the case. But now with the Mincetar in the mix, how are you going to move around?
I really wonder how. We're going to take a look at the emblem straight as we get in, which this time not going to go for the war cry. That's the Roger in the gold lane. I think it was game number 1 that we saw the war cry, right? And it was Chibi, I believe. But this time Chibi, so he's just a war cry. He's a WCA. He's a war cry abuser. We saw the SPAs. Now we're seeing the WCAs. And Babe, that's an Impure Rage. No Temporal Rain even with the Angela.
Nah, yeah.
You're not a fan?
I feel like Temporal Rain needs more experiment going on, but now Zorn is going to take quite a bit of damage, half HP, but same can be said about Yahiko as well as Apex.
Oh, Chibi walking up. Now Apex going to be very low, able to flicker out just in time, and Chibi goes back onto the wall. Now it's going to be enhanced side, taking Udo very low, forcing him out with a flicker. An equal trade at the start of the game, but it might actually favor T2K a bit more. That's the mid lane flicker for the roam flicker.
Dude, team fight. Chibi is... You don't expect the Ling to really go for the fight, so you go for the farm, but he's like, if they don't see me coming, that's where I'll come. But now he's level 4, Yahiko's level 3, and he wants to go for the fight.
And has Chain again as a Temple Blaze, and the Terrify locks him down with a Curse Blast. Could disengage with his own roam Wolf Case. Chibi goes in, but now gets tied up, goes into the bush. The face point, not enough first blood by Bob on the Angela.
Dude, Bob got 2 consecutive first bloods. 1 against Brute Force and now 1 against Homeboys.
He's building his image.
He's building his image. Like, he's adapting, man. Yahiko, you don't gotta worry. Bob is great.
Bob, this guy's the guy who's struggling to adapt into the meta. Nets, though, it does seem like he is struggling, and I feel like this is the way. Oh man, I'm not a big fan of the Mincetar pick, to be honest with you, but we'll see after the King's Calling, right? Because level 1 to 3, we obviously won't see the Mincetar do too much, but because of the kill earlier, because of the pressure they got, T2K will be able to secure the first turtle of the game up against Homeboys.
Okay, here's the thing. Homeboys, I believe they did not expect what T2K was able to dish out, but it's one of those things you should have expected, right? Because Yahiko on his Julian needs level 3. He doesn't mind that he is 1 level behind, even though it's not that big of a level behind, because again, the damage he was able to deal was actually majority on the Zorn, and the damage coming in from Bob was able to stop Chibi, making it so that he can't run away. And looking at Chibi's face, he's okay. He's having a laugh about it.
He's chilling, as you would say. Yahiko gonna go for the Scythe as well. That's the enhanced Scythe to pick up the Lethal Wanderer. Apex to be locked down by the Terrifying now. The Minus Fury, but Apex just flickers out, and that brings him back at the King's Calling, and they all collapse under the King's Calling. And now we get to see the brilliance of that Mincetar pick. 2 kills back to Homeboys.
Let me just say, Mirko, whenever we don't like a pick, it's gonna pop off. Right, Nance, with this Mincetar, he's gonna show, you know what? I got a hidden strat, boys. I'm gonna show my hidden strat. You're gonna see my King's Calling.
Okay, so now you understand the King's Calling. You saw the soldiers, right? He called the King.
I got it. All right, so game fact. Chibi currently holds the record for the highest GPM in the major MLBB tournament game with 1130 goal per minute. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
I mean, I don't know how to react.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chibi would also react the same way. I try to ask him some questions. I tried to hype him up during like an interview.
And then he was like, yeehaw.
No, he didn't say yeehaw, but he was like, no. And then, you know, everybody else kept on hyping him. Yahiko now with a mobilization into the hand side, and that's going to be Dolbob, but still able to get some healing down too. Wait, what was that?
No, that was his second skill, right? Because he has his heal from there, and then Zorn coming in with the Motivation Roar. That's the top up of it. So that was all the lifesteal coming in from the Mincetar. That was all him. That was all Nets.
Oh, that's concerning definitely for T2K. Unable to go for the kill now before the turtle spawns. And man, Udil, despite him, you know, using Flicker early, still T2K are unable to catch him. Not now. And Homeboys, they'll be able to control the second turtle of the game. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any contest right now for T2K. Apex is walking up there, doing a good job at zoning him away. That's turtle number 2 for Homeboys as they look to reclaim that power spike of theirs in the mid game.
That's the power spike of a Mincetar. Like, we talked about how T2K with the Zas really, like, making an unexpected amount of damage that he can do. Nats on his Mincetar is more or less the same thing. You don't go up against a Mincetar all that much, but when you do, it's kind of hard for you to adapt on the fly, especially when your instinct is just to go and fight. So the moment T2K dives in, they basically they go all out. Once you're all out, you're caught in the King's Calling, and then after that, there's not much you can do. Look at the clear speed coming into Nets as well.
Oh, the time pendant right into the chain. Now the pullback. Apex to be caught in the Knights. The King's Calling as Apex gets a hard guard just to escape, and they being able to survive. Woodhill looking for a possible re-engage and a pickoff. T2K unable to get these pickoffs onto the Homeboys members. And take a look at the mid lane. Chibi is going to try to utilize this advantage, but Masarap, great rotation to cover that up.
Dude, that was one of the situations where we can see Nets using the King's Calling, not to call the King, but to call the ambulance. But not for him. Dude, that was amazing, getting ganged by 3 men and still able to survive. This shows that Nats, even though he is a gold laner, he can play like an EXP laner, expecting a lot of gangs coming in and then surviving those gangs right now. The kill score is still 1-2. So we're seeing a lot of trades going on between T2K as well as Homeboys, not kills just yet. T2K though, I feel like Yahiko is going for that first item, Holy Crystal. And once the Holy Crystal gets built, in terms of power spike, that's huge. The amount of damage that he can deal now and with the Holy Crystal is so different. It's going to be something that Homeboys cannot expect.
That's a Holy Crystal, though. It does seem like its first item, by the way. First item, Holy Crystal for Yahiko. I believe this is the same build that Kyrie did in MPLID as well. Just instant damage, pure damage. Because with the enhanced sight, technically you're already shredding through these HP bars of the frontliners. But Sapat is already a little bit of a change to how he's rotating. Now into the turtle he goes, leaving the bottom lane, sacrificing it a bit. He's already dealt with a few of those minions earlier. It'll be a trade, though, in the bottom lane. Just a turret for the turtle. 2 turtles over to Homeboys, and 1 turret there in the bottom lane. Traded. What happened to Apex here? They caught the onward. And the Earth Shatter early with a terrifying. And the turtle guard Apex! Flickering forward! Oh no! You hate to see it! A mistap here in the 7th minute of the game. Now it's going to allow Homeboys to go in. Divine Blade with the Tempest of Blades. Going to be used up, forcing the Black Dragon form to be used up defensively now, in which we'll be able to get a trade off in the top side of the map, getting that tier 1. And luckily for T2K, despite the loss, it was only just a roamer, and the gold lead isn't that far off from them.
Because right now, I would say T2K, they have the right ideas, right? If Homeboys is mid, you go to the sides. If they're at the side, you go for mid. Basically, you want to try to avoid a team fight, because what T2K can do right now is to get pickoffs. I feel like that's what they should be aiming for, because let me ask you a question. You're going up against a Mincetar, you're going up against a Minotaur. How are you going to survive that one? How are you going to get out? Not talking about the Vexana's chain CC, not talking about the Edith. How are you going to get out of a Mincetar as well as a Minotaur?
Yeah. Right as you say, we don't talk about the Vexana and the Edith. They missed their skills, but now into the King's Calling. They all get pulled in. Like you said, LaFell, we don't even need to talk about the Edith and the Vexana who missed their skills, because it's all about the Minotaur and the Mincetar. How are you going to get out of that?
You know what that's called? That's the King's Fury.
I thought you were going to say the Minuan Calling. That would be pretty cool too. I think both Sapat, again, now walking up, trying to zone them away, and successful at doing that. Now the gold lead.
Look at that attack speed.
Is getting a bit crazy. Nets with the attack speed. I believe he has the attack speed build, right? That's why he's just boom.
Dude, let's look at the King's Fury, where he brings them in, use the King's Calling, and then the Minor Fury comes in. And after that, it was a very clean setup, making it easier for the rest of Homeboys to go in.
Another Earth Shatter there. Apex able to pull him back into the Scythe. But now Apex gets caught in the bad spot, doesn't have the flicker as well, was just down for 1 second. One more second, he would have been able to survive, and now it's going to be dive from Masarap as he goes over to Black Dragon form, but his Fury is able to catch him now into the King's Calling. The Petrify connects by Masarap, still able to walk away, and Witch will tear them apart. That's a double kill for Witch as he goes for more. A triple at Odil will be taken out. Yahiko gets a Maniac in game number 1. Now it's Witch's turn.
What is up with T2K Esports?
They're trained to kill.
They're trained to kill, they're trained to get Maniacs, man. Maniacs on 2 different members on 2 different games, and now they got the Lord. JB, what are you doing?
1v4 to find Blade, getting the shutdown now as he goes over the pinch points, but gets caught on the wall and will not be able to go for more. A shutdown. And that's T2K, who get incredible value.
Dude, I'm speechless. T2K found an opening. Let's look at the opening again. It all comes down from the Black Dragon form as well as the Hard Guard being able to isolate 3 targets. During this time, the Ling was nowhere nearby, so even with a very good engage, the damage is not going to be there. In which I'm unsure whether he has the Sky Piercer or not, but if he does, then that would have showed how strong the Sky Piercer is in that kind of situation where you make low targets into a Maniac.
Super scary now. Spot able to get away just barely there. There's an Eternal Guard used up as well to deny the chase. But now they will continue with the sieges up top. I mean, that's with the forward, but gets terrified down. Good prediction by Udil. Onward into everything. Petrify locking him down, but His Fury knocks every single member up except for Yahiko, who's able to escape with the enhanced sword, which can be chased down now as Masarap dives into the back line. Sapat's still able to survive right now. Is that 4 members taken? No, the DOT Masarap continuing the onslaught of damage with the passive as Chibi will be taken low. Able to pinch points into the wall of Bob. Somehow, some way, gets the heart waves onto the wall. 3 for 1.
Dude, T2K, they might end this right now. They're going for mid, even though the holy defense is still there, able to clear the minions. But, dude, we got to talk about this Roger. He doesn't even have the Sky Piercer. How does he get a Maniac without the Sky Piercer? Doing a lot of burst damage with the Windtalker as well as the Endless Battle. Homeboys, they're in trouble at this point because GB has 3 items. He can't deal the damage, but he can't survive, man. Like I said, this Roger has to be pick or ban. Look at the damage that this Roger can do.
Masarap, that name, right as he was able to just go in together, and now you can definitely see why the War Cry works so well for him. He already has the built-in sustain with the War Axe on top of that. Bob just being on him with the Hard Guard too. The passive,
Conceal
again. Able to sidestep away from the Imofetive, but now gets caught by Wish. Current Blast not able to connect, but he's still able to flicker out now. That's going to be the King's Calling, locking every single member down. His Fury knocks up 4, and now it's Yahiko who's going to be caught on top of the Blaze to go for the chase on the Witch, but now Yahiko with the enhanced sword able to get 1. That's just it though. Sapat takes him out, gets a double kill, and it's another turn, this time for the Homeboys.
The Lord is spawning in 15 seconds, but I feel like when Angela as well as Roger is close by, it's going to be difficult for them to contest that one, which is going to clear the minions out. And it looks like Homeboys, they got a tough decision to make. Do they go all out for the Lord? If they do, they got to be prepared just in case if Witch wants to contest this. But it looks like they've made their decision. They're going all in on the Lord, and it looks like Witch is nowhere near to contest this. Lord goes over to Homeboys, and Mirko, now we got a game. It can go either way at this point. We've seen almost wipeouts coming in from both teams.
Oh, it's going to be a very tough skirmish here, back and forth. Let's take a look at that replay, LaFell.
Yeah, looking at the replay here again, a good King's Calling as well as Dominion Fury locking down the majority of the opponents coming in from T2K Esports. And the big thing that Homeboys was able to do was to separate the team fights, where Homeboys was just focusing on the front lines, and then the back lines have no choice but to retreat.
It's all about using that combo, right? If you get the King's Fury, is that what we're going to be calling it now? King's Calling plus the Dominion's Fury, in case you guys just dropped in. That's the King's Fury combination that Homeboys have the win con. That was their win con. But whenever T2K are able to kite, able to layer their damage,
but dude,
bait some of those resources, then they get the win.
We got to talk about the combination between the Yuzong as well as the Angela, the Heart Dragon form. I got nothing better than that.
The Heart Dragon?
Yeah, the Heart Dragon form. That's
that doesn't sound menacing. You know, like King's Fury was great. Okay. Heart Dragon.
Not everything's a 10. Okay, I'm trying my best.
It's okay, LaFell. Maybe you could have been like the Black Guard. The Black Dragon Guard? No, that sounds even worse. Yeah, okay.
All right, now you see my dilemma?
I see you.
All right,
I definitely see, you know, that Homeboys will be looking to go for the Enhanced Lord push. Black Dragon from going to be used up now to try to zone them away. Isolating the Lord all alone for Yahiko to deal with the Enhanced side. But also Pop puts this forward, gets the Earth Shadow and the Augur onto the Apex. And now it's going to be grabbed over. Udo going to be dove on by Masada again as the King's Calling will be able to lock one member down. But that's just it. Yahiko with the Enhanced Chain, able to do some damage. Masada in the back, able to get Udil down with the help of Bob. The Lord going to be dealt with. Masada now with the Fury Side gets pulled back into the Seven of Blades. But Bob is able to flicker around. Yahiko against the world goes able to retain. But it's not going to be enough as Chibi takes him down. A double kill for Homeboys as they look to go into the mid lane. Now taking the base turret down. Only Bob, only Justin Angela up against Homeboys who'll pull him back to the rest of the members. And Chibi gets the shutdown, gets an unofficial triple kill to end game number 3, match number 3 with a win.
And with that, Homeboys got their second win. But let me just say, that was a very sweaty match. T2K had a lot of opportunities.